like your soul ice cold because none other than the Iceman himself is going to be looking you right dead in your eyes after this very important message.
Hi, you guys. So I just wanted to come and touch on this documentary, The Secrets of Playboy. Now, there are other documentaries out about Hugh Hefner and about the Playboy magazine and mansion, just the history of Playboy, and some documentaries where the women are telling their stories who were either playmates or bunnies. And now, from this documentary, I'm understanding that the bunnies worked in the clubs. Excuse me. The bunnies worked in the club, and then the playmates are obviously a part of the magazine. Um, so I just went straight to the bunnies and the cleanup crew because that's where we're going to hear the story about Don Cornelius. Now, the media is all over this today, and some of the blogs, and so I just thought it was odd that people would do this on the first day of Black History Month, and maybe they were not even thinking about it like that. I don't know when this aired. I just watched it like an hour or so ago, just so I can understand what was said. And I think that it made me side eye that they tried to play Don Cornelius up as this all important VIP member. I don't know if I guess that would depend on his relationship with Hugh Hefner. Now, I've never seen Don Cornelius with Hugh Hefner. Now, if y'all was seeing that, like, you can let me know in the comments. To my recollection, I don't recall seeing images of them together like that. Now, there were some other African American men that there are some footage where some videos where they were there at his mansion or what have you in the past. I don't recall the whole Don Cornelius connection, but however, in this documentary, they're saying that he was like this big VIP member, and that kind of made me a little side. I think they're trying to kind of make excuses, if you will. This is all my opinion, okay? Y'all know what y'all get over here. My opinion. This is just my opinion. That he was, this big VIP person, so no one can do anything about it type thing. And it's almost kind of how they talk around Bill Cosby. Oh, he was this powerful black man. Where? Where was he powerful at? Like, I'm still trying to figure that one out. Now I'm trying to figure this out as well. But anyway, they go into this whole story about, and when I say they, there's a woman, I didn't write anyone's name down, but there's a lady in the documentary who's telling, she is, the one talking, and the head of security, back in these times, they were a part of the cleanup crew. And the cleanup crew went behind situations that took place with the girls, and they would clean it up and keep the women from going to the police, going to the hospital, or going to the media, making a big to-do about whatever happened to them, which sounds crazy, right, to me. But I digress. It sounds way off to me. And then just the fact, me sitting here listening to these people knowing that they're saying that they knew people were harmed and they didn't do anything about it. And then the lady that's interviewing, and I should have wrote her name down, but I don't remember her name, but she was going into this whole thing about it was her job, and, she didn't know what else to do and how else to handle it because that's what he told her to do. That's what they told her to do. I believe she was classified as like a house manager or a house mom. So the girls were to go to her and go to security before they went anywhere else. And to be honest, they will go, the way the security guy is saying it, they will get to go nowhere else other than to them. They were the cleanup crew. And I can imagine Don Cornelius is not here to defend himself, number one. But I can imagine money probably was exchanged in all of this. That's what I'm thinking. But they do paint him. She says that this was the most horrific um, situation that she was a part of. Obviously, they had these clubs in different states, and so I believe they're both out of California. So Don Cornelius was based in California at that time, obviously. Soul Train was being filmed there. So yeah, it's just a way that they're telling that story. And to my understanding, the documentary is like a 10-part mini series. And so they're going to get to Hugh Hefner and his actions and some of the things that he was involved in later on in the documentary. They're just talking about other people. And then also, they're supposedly going to touch on the fact that there was like an in-house um, drug dealers as well, the Quaaludes and, you know, cocaine, I guess, and whatever else they fancied at this place. So pretty much, Hugh Hefner was given the license to do all kind of stuff that would have been against the law anywhere else. Because it really sounds like any strip club in America to me. I think that there clearly was some privilege that was given to him by some powers to, that being. I don't know if they're going to admit to that in this documentary or not. But I know I've read that already somewhere that he definitely was had certain people in his pocket, right? Because these crimes should have been reported to the police. And then there's a couple women in the documentary, other women, they're talking about things that have happened to them. There's an African American lady in here named Jackie. You guys see her picture here in this video. And she's saying the same thing happened to her. She was yeah, I guess you will call that kidnapped if they're actually charged. They probably would, yeah, it's kidnapping. She was held for 2 days and sodomized and attacked. And then the guy released her, and then she went to the cleanup crew, and they, of course, talked her in not to going to the police and to the hospital. But then when she went back to work, when she finally went back to work, the guy was in the club that harmed her. And so she said that she just lost it. And so the security told the guy that he could no longer come back. He had to give up his membership and what have you. And I think that's what separates this place from the strip clubs and all the rest of these clubs out here, is that it had a private membership. And obviously, as the years went on and more prestigious people started to look at Playboy, the members probably changed. But it sounds like in the beginning, in those startup years, any man can go and purchase membership to the, but they may have been a little more discreet about who they let in as the years went on. That's the way I took it. I'm taking it. But I don't know. Because they also say in this documentary that celebrities got in free. Like, they didn't even have to pay. They would just get free membership. And, of course, Don Cornelius had this big VIP membership or what have you. And I'm sure other people had it as well. But it's just the way that they're telling the story about him. But I can almost guarantee he wasn't the only one who was given these privileges, okay? So let's be clear about that. Let me know what you guys think about it if you watched the documentary and the beginning parts of it in the comments. What do you think about them telling the story? Don Cornelius' son also released a People magazine. He's stating that he did not believe the stories because they did not produce any evidence that these things happen, and that these are just these big people telling their stories. The women are not in the documentary. Like I said, it's just the staff who called themselves the cleanup crew, right? And obviously, statutes of limitations are in place, so they cannot be charged for not reporting these crimes. Don Cornelius is no longer with us. He is not here to defend himself. The women are not in the documentary. I'll say that again. And so we have no way of knowing if this really happened or not. I guess we're just supposed to take their words for it. I don't really know why they would lie about it. I kind of believe it, but I think that, I'm just shaking my head that they can't be charged for sitting here telling these stories like they didn't have any part of it. You guys were a part of these women being attacked like that. And that's not okay. it kind of goes into like we were saying about the R. Kelly situation as well, and anybody that's out here doing that, Jeffrey Epstein, whoever got these rings going, it's the same thing. Everybody should be charged that's involved. You coming back as like you're some type of victim now is kind of beyond me. But I digress. Let me know what you guys think about the documentary if you've watched it so far. And like I said, Los Angeles Times is saying that the documentary won't really touch on Hugh Hefner until later on. And they're saying that they don't think that that's, well, the author, I don't know who wrote the story, but she's saying that that's not okay. The documentary should have been more about him because he certainly took part in a lot of this behavior as well, and nobody could tell me differently. There's already been stories of underage girls until laws were put in place. Underage girls, even probably after the laws were put in place, and other things that have gone on there, including someone being attacked. And when I say attacked, you guys know what I mean when I say attack, right? In a swimming pool. That happened like within my lifetime because I remember that story, and I think that kind of shut him down for a while. And then he kind of popped back up with this whole reality star stuff, as cable and all this stuff started to build, and they started at the adult channels, and he created the Playboy adult channel, and then you started to hear about Playboy again. But I believe when that lady was attacked in that swimming pool, that's when you started to see a decline on Playboy, because I think the secret was out, what was going on there. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.